The ride that silenced St. Cloud. The crowd at St. Cloud was buzzing long before the gates opened. It was one of those afternoons when racing felt bigger than sport, when every breath carried expectation, when history waited quietly at the finish line. Horses circled the paddock, muscles shining, ears twitching. But among them stood Normfliegerin, calm, focused, almost detached from the noise around her. She wasn't the favorite. She wasn't the loudest name on the card. Yet she carried something: invisible belief. Mickaël Barzalona adjusted his reins and leaned forward in the saddle. Years of experience had taught him how to read a race before it even began. He knew St. Cloud's track could be unforgiving. One wrong move, one moment of hesitation, and the race would slip away forever. The gates opened. Normfliegerin broke cleanly, but almost immediately found herself boxed in. Horses crowded around her, hooves pounding like thunder. Dirt flew. The rail offered no mercy. Mickaël's eyes scanned the field, searching for space that didn't exist yet. Patience, he told himself. The pace was honest, relentless. Halfway through the race, Normfliegerin was still trapped, her stride shortened, her rhythm broken. Many jockeys would have accepted defeat right there. But Mickaël Barzalona was not many jockeys. As they approached the bend, he made the first bold decision. He guided Normfliegerin off the rail, switching across the track. It was risky, dangerously so. Horses shifted, lines crossed, and for a brief second everything seemed to freeze. Then the gap closed again. Still no room. The roar of the crowd grew louder, but Mickaël barely heard it. His world had narrowed to instinct and heartbeat. He could feel Normfliegerin beneath him, still full of running, still asking the question, "Do you believe in me?" He answered with courage. Approaching the final stretch, Mickaël made a second, even more daring move, switching across the track once again. It was a split-second choice, the kind that defines careers. For a moment, it looked impossible. Then, like a door opening in a storm, a narrow gap appeared. Mickaël didn't hesitate. He asked Normfliegerin for everything. She responded. Her stride lengthened, her head dropped, and suddenly she was flying. One by one, rivals fell back. The ground blurred beneath her hooves. The finish line rushed toward them, and in those final strides, time seemed to slow. The crowd erupted. Normfliegerin crossed the line first. Listed honors were theirs. For a second, Mickaël stood in the irons, disbelief etched across his face. Then emotion took over. He patted Normfliegerin's neck, gratitude flowing through every touch. This wasn't just a win, it was a masterpiece of trust, timing, and bravery. In the stands, trainers, owners, and racing fans knew they had witnessed something special. Waldemar Hickst, the trainer who had believed in Normfliegerin when others doubted, watched with quiet pride. Every early morning gallop, every setback, every moment of patience had led to this. This ride would be replayed for years, not because it was perfect, but because it was fearless. At St. Cloud, Mickaël Barzalona didn't just win a race. He told a story. A story about belief when the path is blocked. About courage when the odds say no. About a jockey and a horse who trusted each other enough to gamble. Everything twice. And in doing so, they turned a listed race into a legend.